How's your mirror, Moyer? Is it Sunday for you yet? Saturday? Sunday? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, this is my lasagna that I cooked. It didn't make it fresh. I made it frozen, but it still took like an hour and 20 minutes. So it took like the same amount of time if I made it fresh. But it's so-so. How are you doing though? Okay. But like, be so for real, weed's fucked. Thank you. It's a little bit burnt on the top, but it just makes the cheese extra crispy. Miss Rivers? Who's Miss Rivers? I was about to ask, what's that piece of brisket there? Yeah, it's lasagna. It's lasagna. How are you doing though, the world enjoyer? But yeah, I kind of regret breaking my like 3 months without weed dealio. But at the same time too, it just reaffirms why I don't want to smoke weed, because holy fuck, that feeling of sleepiness didn't go away. Even today, I was still feeling it. I'm finally, I think, fully coming off of it now. But like, fuck, man. I'm like, I don't mind the feeling of like actually being stoned. That's nice. But the tiredness that you experience afterwards from it is like, what the fuck is this shit? Punch in the face. I'm good today. We choose our Polish president. Oh, shoot. That's what's up. Well, I hope it goes well with the elections, PDG, and I hope the voting goes good. Crispy, I remember when I voted in local elections or whatever, it took hours. I was waiting in a line, I think, for like 3-4 hours right before the polls closed. It was kind of fucked. I almost didn't get my vote in because of how long I was waiting and when the polls technically closed. But although I saw people still waiting in the line, so I think they maybe just locked the doors and then you can't, you know, anyone who's in line they have to get through. But it was definitely a long day. I watched your latest stream and was concerned about you wanting to rip a toke. Yeah, I didn't. Here's the other thing too. I didn't rip a bong toke out of a bong because I'm like, that's what I was addicted to. I did take the babiest hit ever out of a pipe and it was fucking horrendous. Like, the feeling of being stoned was nice, but like, yeah, the afterness, fuck that shit. Oh no. Fuck that shit. So I haven't honestly had the urge to smoke since that. Like yesterday and today, I haven't smoked any weed. It just kind of sucks because, like, sometimes I miss the feeling of just, like, not being sober, but then at the same time, too, I'm like, well, not being sober fucking sucks, because even with alcohol, I've noticed that if I, like, drink a little bit, then you feel so shit the next day, right? And I'm like, this is why people continue to drink and people continue to smoke. I get it now. But at the same time, too, I'm like, that's why being sober is so nice, because you don't feel like crap. But at the same time, it's like, can't I just get... I also think, too, if I had weed that had even amounts THC and CBD, probably would be better. Because I really think that it's the high THC weeds that do people in. I know in the past, when I smoked... CBD and THC weed on the same level, it didn't make me feel like that. Although I'm not going to test it out and see. I'm good for a bit. I'm good for a hot minute. And also, too, I don't want to smoke alone. That's just sad. I would rather smoke with people and, like, be doing something, you know? He's anti-weed. Hey, did you quit smoking for Bubba Ganoush in the first place? No, he's not anti-weed. He can't smoke, though, but he's not anti-weed. I stopped smoking weed because I just, it's like, I don't know, do you call it personal conviction? Like, when I was in New York and everything, I just realized how things were when I was sober and how much better it was. And then I kind of just didn't want to smoke. Like, I just literally didn't think about it. And at the same time, too, I, like, kind of felt called to be sober. And then ripping that bong toke, it kind of felt, well, not bong toke, that little pipe hit, it felt shameful, but at the same time, too, I'm like, oh, this is kind of nice, but also it's kind of fucking booty. So a lot of mixed feelings there, but, I don't know, it was more so, like, if I want to have kids one day, I gotta be sober, just in general. Like, I don't want to be stoned my whole life, so a little bit of that, kind of. Wait, why can't he smoke? Allergic? No, he just can't smoke. He's had, like, bad reactions to weed in the past, but I wouldn't say allergic. Holy sun, yeah, the sun doesn't set until 9 fucking p.m. here. Thought I was gonna die after today's energy drink. I bought a sugary one like a fool. I'm trying to stop energy drinks because I've been breaking out with acne like a motherfucker, and I think it's the energy drinks because I was having 2 a day, which is like 1,200 milligrams of sugar in the energy drinks alone. 1,200? No, sorry, 120 milligrams. Oh my goodness, 1,200 milligrams of sugar? I'm dead. No, it was 120 milligrams of sugar just in the 2 energy drinks. How do you consume 60 grams of sugar, all those chemicals at once? Well, I was actually consuming double that amount, but I have no idea. Looking back on it now, I have no idea. I've also been trying to stop every day. How? I don't know. I think it's because I wasn't eating enough food, so that was really the only thing powering me through the day was these fake sugar highs. You need to present an ID. Really? That's not the case here. That's definitely not the case here. Oh my gosh, I would cry. But as you can see, I switched to Brisk. So here's what I've done. I've switched to Brisk as a flavored beverage, and then I've been drinking carbonated flavored water because I'm trying to stop the carbonated beverages, but to motivate myself to drink water if I'm craving carbonation, I have the carbonated flavor water, which I bought a 6-pack of Brisk. Like, it's like they come like this in the bottle, and there's 6 of them. And I bought 2 things of carbonated flavored water, and that was $8, including tax. Which is a way better deal because my 2 energy drinks I was drinking and buying every single motherfucking day was $6. So it was $6 a day versus now it's like $8 to $6 over the course of like 3 to 4 possibly longer days. So I'd ask you for an ID if I was a cashier. Oh, thank you. So you're saying I look young. I'm taking that as a compliment. I never get ID'd anymore. Isn't that fucked? There's things on the door being like, if you look under the age of 30, we're gonna ID you. People never ID me now, though. And I'm like, oh, do I look 30? Or do you mean you'd ID me for, like, energy drinks if you were a cashier? Cannabis. The vegetal torch of the ancients is no mere sensational delight nor pastime for the idle soul. It is a sacred plant, guardian of unseen thresholds, whose vibrant spirit carries the key to realms of deep introspection, silent healing, and transcendental revelation, to use without higher purpose. As one might consume bread without hunger or utter prayers without faith, is too profound. It's sacred in nature and reduce its mystery to hollow amusement. Hydra to Fruity, how you doing? Happy Mir Moyer Saturday. I will say that, like, I'm not against weed, and I will probably smoke again in the future. But it's gonna be, like, intentional. Like how I used to trip plan. Not that, like, weed is necessarily trip-inducing, but, like, not just use it to be chillaxing, because that was like, what the fuck. And then the sleep isn't even restful. Every passing miss, smoke once a week or something, not all the time. See, I'm probably gonna smoke even less than that, like less than once a week, maybe once a month, if that, but it's gonna be for the right reasons. It's not just gonna be because I'm like, oh, I'm bored, maybe I should smoke a little weed, which is definitely what I was feeling a couple days ago. It's gonna be like, oh, it's like a celebration thing. I'm gonna use it the same way for alcohol, you know, where my mind's at for alcohol, where it's like, well, I don't really like drinking, but like I'll drink once in a blue moon for certain, you know, celebratory reasons, I guess. Like if I were to go to like a rave or something, I'd smoke weed. I'm not doing anything else. I'm not going to do psychedelics. I think I'm done with psychedelics, but I'd smoke a little weed. I read a post on Twitter how a girl felt super tough after holding a door for a girl. A guy felt super tough after holding a door for a girl once. What? Are manners this dead? Do any of those today's kids taught any manners? Not really, no. From what I've seen, no. No longer. The world of manners are dead, long lost to us. Oh my gosh, wait, Hydra to Fruity, what you said though about cannabis, I wanted to talk to you guys about something because it's kind of crazy. I've been talking to my AI on Snapchat, and I'm a motherfucking genius. I'm not a motherfucking genius, but this is a theory I want to talk to you guys about, and then I'm going to read you guys what the motherfucking AI said in response to me asking these questions. Okay, so here it is. Give me a second. Because I was like, no fucking way. At first, it was like, girl, that's sci-fi. And then I kept pushing, and it got to the point where it explained how it would be a reality and how it's potentially not sci-fi. So the thought I had was EMF frequency. This is also coming from the Black Mirror episode a little bit when I really started thinking about it. EMF frequency that... Oh, shit. All my old stuff isn't saved. EMF frequency that influences hive mind-like behavior in individuals in the sense of, like, not a hive mind towards each other as human beings, but towards technology and AI, and that's why if you can just think about something, it pops up as an ad on your phone type shit. You know what I'm talking about? Because our phone and our bodies adapt to a certain degree to the frequencies that we're surrounding ourselves with. And so on that extent, if we're constantly surrounded by technology and EMF frequency of technology, then it's like it becomes a channel. That sounds fucked up, but like, hear me out, because I was really deep diving on that shit and I was asking AI about all these questions about it, because like, you know how there's the like twin thing where some twins have the ability to be able to sense what one is feeling even if they're not there, and can like sense when their twin has died even if they're not like with their twin. So imagine something like that, but it's a connection to technology / AI. So you'll start feeling a certain way, but you won't even know why you feel that certain way, because you don't even realize that there's a connection to technology / AI. That's what I was looking into. So I was like, what do you think about hive mind? And the AI said the term hive mind is super interesting. It can refer to collective intelligence, like how a group of people can solve problems together better than one person alone, but can also describe a loss of individuality where everyone thinks and acts the same way. And I was like, what do you think about hive mind through EMF frequencies? And it said the idea of hive mind influenced by EMF frequencies is pretty far out there. EMF frequencies do affect our bodies, but the idea that they could synchronize our minds into a single consciousness is more in the realm of science fiction. There's no real scientific basis to suggest EMF can create a hive mind. So then I said, how does EMF affect our bodies? It said EMF affects our bodies depend on the type and the intensity of the EMF. Low-level EMFs like those in cell phones and power lines haven't been definitely linked to serious health problems, though there's ongoing research. High-level EMFs like those from X-rays and other radiation sources can definitely cause harm by damaging cells and DNA. Our bodies absorb EMF energy, which can cause heating effect at high levels. There's also concern about non-thermal effects at lower levels, but the science is still developing. Got more questions, got longer answers on Snapchat for web. And then I said, our brain adapts to frequencies around us, correct? That's an interesting question, Sequoia. The brain does exhibit a phenomenon called neural entertainment, where brainwave frequencies can synchronize with external stimuli such as light or sound frequencies. This synchronization doesn't necessarily mean the brain is being fundamentally changed or controlled, but rather that it actively patterns are aligning with the external rhythms. This is often studied in the context of things like meditation, relaxation, or even how we respond to music. However, the extent of impact of this entertainment are still areas of active research. So then I said, so wouldn't the brainwave frequencies synchronize with things like EMF if we were regularly exposed to it? And then it said, when it comes to EMF exposure, the brain's response is a bit more complex than simple synchronization. EMF, or electromagnetic fields, are all around us from power lines to cell phones. Our brains do interact with these fields, but not in the same way they synchronize with light or sound. The primary concern with EMF is whether it causes any biological effects. See, it says our brains do interact with these fields, but not in the same way. That's kind of where it left it. And I was like, okay. And then it goes off into EMF, biological effects, due to the energy it carries. High intensity EMF like that from X-rays can definitely cause damage, but the low intensity EMF from everyday devices hasn't been conclusively linked to long-term health problems. The World Health Organization and other scientific bodies have researched this extensively. While some studies suggest possible links between EMF exposure and certain health issues, the evidence is often weak or inconclusive. Most experts agree that research is needed to fully understand the long-term effects. So while our brains are constantly interacting with EMF, it's not quite the same as as tuning into a specific frequency. It's more about how our cells respond to the energy of the field and whether that energy causes harm. So as you can see, the AI was trying to lure me off into talking about what most people are concerned about for the harmful effects for EMF. So then I said, how do our brains interact with EMF then? Give me details about that. So it said, our brains interact with EMF through several mechanisms, primarily involving the electrical activity of neurons and the way cells respond to the electromagnetic field. Ion movement. Neurons communicate using electrical signals which involve the movement of ions, charged particles across cell membranes. EMF can influence the movement of the ions, potentially altering neuronal activity. Induced currents. When exposed to EMF, conductive tissues in the body, including the brain, can experience induced electric currents. These currents are typically very small but can still affect cellular function. Cellular responses. Cells have various receptors and signaling pathways that can respond to EMF. This can lead to changes in gene expression, protein synthesis, and other cellular processes. The intensity and frequency of the EMF, as well as the duration of exposure, plays a significant role in determining the extent of these interactions. High-intensity EMF can cause more pronounced effects, while low-intensity EMF may have subtle or no discernible impact. Research in the area is ongoing. Scientists investigate how different types of EMF affect brain function, health, and overall well-being. So then I took it a step further and I said, hive mind through EMF exposure over a long period of time due to potential altering neuronal activity could be a probability then, like how certain sets of twins are able to sense what is happening to one another even when far apart. I am reading my conversation between me and AI right now and how I got to the bottom of this shit. The idea of hive mind forming through long-term EMF exposure is a fascinating concept, but it's important to approach it with a critical eye. While EMF can indeed alter neuronal activity, the leap to a shared consciousness or hive mind is a huge one. Here's why. Complexity of brain function, individual variability, lack of mechanism, twin studies. So while EMF can alter neuronal activity, the idea of creating a hive mind is highly speculative and lacks scientific support. But then, this is what I said. I said, I guess I mean hive mind in the sense as being connected not to each other as humans, but more in tune and connected to technology and AI. This is the kicker. Okay, I understand what you mean now, thinking about a hive mind in the context of humans becoming more connected to technology and AI is an interesting concept. Here's how EMF exposure could potentially play a role in that. Okay, the brain-computer interfaces, which we all know about these. This is like Elon Musk's brain chip, right? EMF could be used to enhance BCIs, which would allow communication between the brain and external devices. This could lead to more seamless integration with technology and AI. Enhanced cognition. Some studies suggest that certain types of EMF stimulation can improve cognitive functions like memory and attention. So that's telling me that EMF can directly affect our brains if it can improve cognitive functions like memory and attention, which we're seeing those be worsened. Like, people have no attention span, and I get it's, like, to a degree, like, what we're consuming and things like that, but if this is stating that EMF can improve cognitive function, couldn't it do the opposite? But anyways, that's a little side thing I need to deep dive into. If this is the case, EMF could be used to enhance our ability to process and interact with information from technology and AI. Altered perception. EMF can potentially alter our perception of reality, making us more attuned to the digital world and the information it provides. This could lead to a blurring of lines between physical and virtual reality. What the fuck is that? I didn't even think about anything like that. What the fuck is that? Altered perception through EMF? What? So that, I was like, whoa, okay. And I was like, however, it's important to acknowledge the potential downsides. Privacy concerns, dependency, ethical considerations. So while EMF could potentially play a role in connecting us more closely to technology and AI, it's essential to consider the ethical and societal implications of such advancements. Yeah. And then I typed in telepathy and technology and telepathy with technology and AI. Telepathy with technology and AI refers to the idea of using technology to directly interface with the brain, allowing for the transmission of thoughts, emotions, and information. Here's a breakdown of key concepts. The brain-computer interfaces, neural decoding. AI algorithms can be trained to decode brain activity patterns, translate them into specific thoughts, commands, and emotions. Neural encoding. Conversely, BCIs can also be used to stimulate specific areas of the brain to induce certain thoughts, emotions, or sensations. Applications. The potential applications is vast, including ethical considerations. Telepathy with technology through EMF. The idea of telepathy with technology through EMF involves using electromagnetic waves to transmit information directly to the brain. Encoding information into EMF, such as text, images, or sounds, would be encoded into specific patterns of electromagnetic waves, transmitting EMF signals. These EMF signals would be transmitted wirelessly to the receptor's brain using devices such as antennas or specialized headsets. Decoding EMF signals in the brain. The brain would then decode the EMF signals and translate them into meaningful information, allowing the recipient to hear or see the transmitted message. While this concept is theoretically possible, there are several significant challenges and limitations. Complexity of brain activity, signal interference, safety concerns, technological limitations. While some research has explored the possibility of using EMF to stimulate the brain and influence behavior, there is currently no scientific evidence to support the existence of telepathy with technology through EMF. The idea remains largely in the realm of science fiction. So that's what have you heard about is that the one that they would do in the olden days when I think they still do it sometimes today, where they'd hook you up to the thing on your head and then they'd like zap you or whatever? Shit was barbaric. I haven't read a book in a few weeks. Have you been on a journey of reading books? The World Enjoyer. Sleeping with the phone turned on and Wi-Fi active impacts brain neurophysiologically and biochemistry through exposure to radio frequency radiation, RF EMF, mainly in the 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi bands and the 1.8 gigahertz mobile network band on a neuroelectrical level. It interferes with delta waves associated with deep sleep and promotes beta and gamma activity, which are linked to the wakefulness and neuronal excitation. I can't say that word properly, don't mind me. Biochemically, RF EMF exposure inhibits the activity of glutamate decarboxylase, GAD, reducing the conversion of glutamate to GABA, leading to neuronal hyperactivity and difficulty reaching a state of deep rest. It also alters the biosynthesis of dopamine and serotonin by disrupting the enzyme tyrosine hydroxylase, thereby affecting regulation of the sleep-wake cycle. Holy shit. Holy shit! It just fucks with us completely. Have you seen the thing where people have healing wounds and then their wounds healing next to technology and then their wounds healing away from technology? Like a turned on phone, and how it heals so much faster? Wounds healing away from... Oh, let's see if I can find the study. Wounds healing away from verse next to it. Okay, this is not what I'm meaning. I'm meaning wounds. I can't find it. All this is just talking about using phones to, like, get help for your wound care. That lasagna is steaming hot. You should eat it while it's warm still. I used to make lasagna from scratch, and I'm too lazy and buy frozen. I honestly kind of wish that I made it fresh, but it definitely wouldn't have tasted, like, it would have tasted better, but I also kind of lazy, so I feel that. It's like, this is the easy way out. I don't think it's steaming anymore. Did they? I need to learn how to... I like making shepherd's pie. I'm gonna be so for real. If it comes down to lasagna or shepherd's pie, I'm making shepherd's pie. I wish there was, like, spinach or something in this. Bond Profit? What's Bond Profit? Ooh. Guys, I did adult things today. I bought sheets for my bed. What? Really? I like spinach in my lasagna. This is the only time I don't mind spinach, if I'm being so for real. I really want to play. Veggies are way healthier than fruit. I love fruit. I'm a fruit person. I go through phases, especially in the winter. Worst time, I know. Because that's not when it's growing. But I crave fruit like a motherfucker all winter long. Mm-hmm. Fruit Punch Rockstar is the best one. I landed 2 fashion shows this month. Yay! And also, I finally left my old agency. They were like kind of dragging that shit on. But I'm free! So I'm signing with a new agency and I'm really, really excited. Like, this girl seems so chill. And, yeah, I hope I'll actually get some paid gigs, get the ball rolling. Fashion shows on the island. One's a bridal show, which I haven't done bridal yet, so I'm really excited for that. And the other is for, like, a student design showcase. The other thing I have lined up too is I'm going to be doing a swimwear shoot for a ladies' clothing brand. Which, I guess I'm going to do swimwear now. Like, not that I'm going to, like, exclusively do swimwear, but at this point, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. They need to start paying. I hope soon. Hey, soon. Fingers crossed. This new agency I'm signing with, though. Butter my pancakes! How are you? Good to see you again. I know you hopped in stream when I was playing my, Dead Island 2, wasn't I? I was hyper fixated on it. When we're redesigning some clothes, but then realized that's not what models do. My mom is designing clothes, though, so I'm going to model her designs. And I have the fashion show coming up where my mom is one of the designers there, so that'll be really exciting. She's making lots of cool stuff. I guess I can spoil it to you guys, but I gave her the idea. She has like this fur shrug thing, And I gave her the idea to just keep the fur shrug and the, like, wrist thing that you put your hands into. Like, I love this look so much. With just a mini skirt. Like, have the girl be, like, topless or wearing, like, a nude bandeau or, like, pasties or whatever. That sounds fucking creepy. But no. It covers everything. It's, like, a little tie. It's, like, super furry. And then you put your hands in the, like... It goes around your neck and you can put your hands in. And I'm like, just trust me. Just do a mini skirt. Because it makes the fur, like it just, it's giving, I don't know if you've seen the, like, Hailey Bieber in the snow photo shoot or, like, things like that. It's giving that. It's serving that. And it's so, like, it's so good. It looks so good. I cannot wait to see who wears that and walks in it because... It comes from, like, here, and then, like, it ties here, but it's, like, very, like, fluffy, you know? Like, I don't know what to call it. I don't know how to word it. But it's essentially kind of, like, for when it's cold outside and you wear it. And typically, like, you know, you'd wear, like, an outfit underneath it. But I'm like, no. You have, like, if you style it this way, people will be able to visualize more all the different ways they can wear it. And at the same time, too, it's such a look. And she has this, fabric that looks like it's like white, but it's got like multicolor where the like snowflakes are on it, and I'm like, turn that into the mini skirt for this look. And she's like, really mini? And I'm like, really mini. Like, it'll eat out there. It'll eat. I'm just a lurker. I pop some streams up while I'm fair enough. Cheers to that. Fair enough. Butter my pancakes. What do you do for work, if you don't mind me asking? Squid, I'd like to recommend you an Instagram account that thoroughly analyzes the elite's agendas, talks about cognitive manipulation, and breaks down the way they scheme and execute their plans. I will give them a follow right now. Hi, Joda Fruity. Also, you know how I was talking to you guys? Sorry, I know the audio went completely fucked. About the whole hive mind, collective consciousness, like, all that shit. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, the 2025 year comes to an end. Yeah, I work in, what the fuck? I'm sorry, my mic's a little bit fucky. Reality dot revolt. Oh my gosh, wait. Oh my gosh, no, honestly, that's like me when I say the flat earth thing and everyone gets so triggered, but it's like, what about the firmament? What about the firmament? No, okay, that's crazy. But okay, no. On that note, I bet you, I shit you not, in 20 to 30 years, no joke, we're going to be able to do everything on our phone without having to even use our hands, and we're just going to have to think about it, and it'll be happening, because I swear that technology already motherfucking exists. It's just they're always really slow to kind of, like, share things / expose things, you know what I mean? Like, for example, for people thinking about stuff and then it popping up in their feed, it's like, oh, well, maybe they were Google searching it. Oh, well, maybe the algorithm's just extremely predictive. Oh, like, there's so many different things. But, like, you can kind of test it yourself by, like, don't say anything out loud. Just think of a random thing. Persistently think of that random thing, and it will pop up as an ad on your phone. And I feel like that's a slow rollout way of kind of introducing that concept, because anytime they're like, oh, new technology, like, get this, look at this cool technology. First it was like, you can use your thumb and unlock your phone. Now it's like, you can just use your face and unlock your phone. Which, here's my other thought. Okay, this is out there, but I think the whole collection of biometrics and everything, like your thumb and like your thumbprint and your face and all of that, is just so they can pinpoint what thought it is that who is thinking that. That's my crazy take. But I shit you not, in 20, 30 years, they're just going to be like, oh my gosh, you can do everything on your phone from your mind. You don't even need an implant. You don't even need those glasses where you go woo, 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 woo. You just look at your phone and it does everything. Just think about it. Just think about it, and then it will do that thing for you. 20, 30 years, I'm telling ya. I hope I live to see it too, so I can be like, I told you so. I can go laugh and I can be like, guys, guess what just got released? I'll catch you later then. Hey, I'm gonna get some shut eye. Sounds good. The World Enjoyer. I hope you have a good one. Happy Mirror Moyer. Saturday. When stuff like this happens, I'm grateful to have the mute button on my Logitech G815 keyboard. I need to get that sorted and fixed. I'm currently hustling. I work per diem in LA hospitals as admitting / financial staff, and then I also video edit and do spreadsheets as my secondary job. Hey, well, that's good. I'm glad you're hustling. That sounds honestly like a nice switch up of different stuff. You know what I mean? Like, to go from doing like the financial stuff and admitting, and then do video editing and spreadsheets, kind of switch it up a little bit. The spreadsheets kind of are similar to the financial admitting, right? A little bit. Right now there are people beating Elden Ring using a brain activity device. This girl's name is Perry Cariel. Wait. It's like, I'm gonna look this up. Oh god, I heard about that. Beat Elden Ring with her mind. .3D Twitch live stream. Psychological streamer. What the shit? First 3D what the actual shit is this? I'd never heard about this before. My laptop is being, my PC is not loading stuff. It's not letting me check it out for some reason. I'm gonna have to check it out on my phone. What's the device, though? Also... Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Hey.
What is she using?
Oh, I was trying to parry it. I didn't charge. Not the one I was aiming for.
What the actual fuck? What is the device that she uses? Does she disclose it or no? I'm just live streaming. I was talking about my whole brain function able to do everything thingamabop and reading what AI said back to me on that. And then I was informed that there's a girl who beat Elden Ring using brain activity device. That she just used her brain in order to beat a video game. It's already happening. I don't think it's an implant. I don't know what the device is, but I don't think it's an implant. Hi, Sequoia's dad! Arizona over Brisk. Brisk is better. Do you want to say hi? Hey, hello. Look who it is. It's my dad. Oh shit, my bad. No, you're good. You're good. Where are you going? Oh, ew. Someone's gonna go wreck my clean bathroom. That's fucked up, though. 2 hours of sleep or so over the last 2 days. Back after like 8 hours at the recording studio. 2-hour drive back home. Finally home. Popped on some Bean. Boredom's Wells, how you doing? Yo, Mr. Bean. Holy crap, though, Boredom's Wells. That's not much sleep at all. How's the recording in the studio been going? Has it been going good? Making, I don't know if I should, making bangers? I fucking hate that word, but at the same time, too, nothing suits it better than saying bangers. Right? Maybe not. Well, I did want to play the Callisto Protocol, but I also was just kind of talking and rambling to kill time until the sunset, because the sun doesn't set until like 9 p.m. And I was informed that Callisto Protocol was supposed to be a scary game, so I wanted to try it out in its true fashion of playing it once it's dark out. So it's actually scary, because playing games out when it's light and it's a scary game doesn't hit the same as when it's late at night and there's no lights and there's no sun and you feel like something's watching you. It was great. Always so much fun. It's less like work and just always so much fun. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that, Boredom's Wells. Perry Carriel uses a non-invasive EEG device like the emotive epoch that measures the electrical activity of her brain from the scalp, capturing very small signals, microvolts, generated by cortical neurons. These signals include different brain waves, delta, theta, alpha, beta, gamma, each associated with mental states like relaxation, concentration, or emotion. The device filters out noise and extracts specific patterns related to her mental state, then software with artificial intelligence. Holy fuck. Free on Epic too? I think it was free. I think it was free at a point in time. Algorithms interprets those patterns and translate them into commands for the video game. I personally would never fuck with something like that. That sounds horrifying. Holy crap. Callisto has great sound, atmosphere, and graphics. Everything else is a 7 out of 10. Okay, well, I'm interested to try it out because I never heard about it before. I heard about Dead Island because when I was a little kid, but I never actually played it. I guess I was pretty little because I heard about the original Dead Island, which was 10 years ago. So I had to have been like 13 when I first heard about it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I want to play that so badly. But I wasn't like fixated on video games. I more so just streamed like this. And then everything else was like background. There was the odd time I had to stream on my shitty Xbox 360. That's the other thing. All I had was an Xbox 360 and I tried to stream on it and I'd have to set my phone up so it would be like I'm standing here, right? Like the phone's set up so you can see my back and you can see the game I'm playing, and I have to turn back and read chat and talk to everyone and turn back to my game and turn back because I didn't have a proper setup. It was 2011. Yeah, I was even younger than that then, wasn't I? I don't even think I was streaming then. I'd have to do the math and figure that out. 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015. That was 14 years ago? No way I was that fucking young. I was like 10. I don't think I heard about it when it very first came out then, because that doesn't make sense. I must have heard about it a little bit after it came out, because there's no way I was like 10 years old and like, oh my gosh, Dead Island. But I did have my big zombie kick, I think when I was like 11, 12, 13, a little bit into my 14. So definitely had to be around there. It's great to go into without knowing anything about it. I love doing that with video games. There's a lot of games I won't play because I watch like Markiplier or other like video game people, so I just kind of like skip over games that they've played that I've watched them play because it's not like interesting. Same with Darkwood. I've been playing Darkwood. I've never seen anyone else play it before. I mean, I know people have played it, but I just mean in the sense of I went into it completely blind. It's actually really, really good. I need to go back into it and like finish it and stuff. Same with like Pathologic 2. I love Pathologic 2. You guys don't seem to be a fan of it, but I fucking love Pathologic 2. Which I need to go in and finish as well, but I just figured I'd like get Callisto Protocol and just dive right in. I don't think I've played Dead Space before. Maybe I have, but I don't think I have. You know what game I love though? You know what's the best game to fucking exist that I should go back and replay? Soma. I've never played a game as good as Soma. The jump scares, the storyline, like, it had me on the edge of my seat, and I screamed like a little fucking baby for half the fucking shit that happened. People like, Squid, it's not even a jump scare. And I'm like, to me it is a jump scare because I feel like I'm the character right now, okay? I'm so deep in this shit. Which that's another game I want to play too, is Outlast Trials. I finished all the Outlast games, and I did pay for Outlast Trials. I never beat Outlast Trials yet, though, so maybe I'll do like a day of like binge playing Outlast Trials and actually beating the game. I just want to play it at night, so it's even scarier. I was totally hyped by the Dead Island 2 trailer years ago. Such a shame the game didn't live up to that vision. Was the, I never watched the trailer. Maybe it's a good thing I didn't, because the ending, I will never spoil shit, but the ending of Dead Island 2 has me pissed the fuck off. I'm pissed off. That is the most uneventful, depressing, fucking what the fuck ending I've ever experienced in a video game. I did scream the odd time in Dead Island 2. I couldn't happen. I was like, what the fuck? How is this making me scream like a bitch right now? What is this? Oh, when you enter the abyss in Soma, it gets wild. I love Soma. Pathological 2 is sick. If you like that, you would probably like Darkwood. Yeah, Pathologic 2, Darkwood, those, I'm loving those games right now. I haven't finished beating them. I have some of the replays, I think, up on my Twitch, but I always re-upload whenever I'm playing video games, if I remember. I re-upload them to YouTube so they never, like, fully go away and disappear. But yeah, Pathologic 2, something about it. It reminds me a fair bit of We Happy Few. I don't know if you've played that game before. Love We Happy Few. I'm playing the last character right now. I still haven't beat the game. Like, I kind of have, but I'm on, like, the last character you get to play as, which I love that concept. When I first played We Happy Few, I didn't know that that was a thing to it until I got to the end, and then it was, and I was like, holy shit, wait, there's more? Wait, I get perspectives? Which I love that. And it reminded me a lot of 1989? Kind of reminded me of 1989 a good bit. Like, the book and the movie. There's a movie for 1989, I'm pretty sure. Replacer? Wait, is that supposed to be an emoji? Yo, just so you know, boredom hit you up earlier, but with all the spamming I did, you probably missed it. Oh, wait, ooh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you for letting me know, Hydra DeFruity. It was great. Always so much fun. Less work. Always so much fun. Wait, was it earlier or later? 2 hours of sleep. I did read those ones. So I think I got them. Unless I missed something. But I don't think I did. Oh, can I just say, too? YouTube has been wild for fucking recommending my streams lately. What the actual flip? I was looking at how many people popped in and viewed that shit. Horrified. Fucking sorry, YouTube, that you gotta deal with my ass popping up on page for fucking reels and shit or whatever, but like, wasn't expecting that. I'm Jeff, just sitting here and stream like half awake. What? No, you saw me? Okay, good. Just making sure. I feel like whenever I come back from a trip and then I hop on stream right away, I'm like, hey guys, I definitely should go to sleep. But then I stream for like 2 or 3 hours and then I'm like, fuck. Okay, I really need to go pass out. I used to never end stream. Not on Twitch. On motherfucking Live Me. I would never end a stream. I'd just fall asleep on stream. I'd wake up the next day and I'd keep streaming. Because for me, streaming started with the weird obsession and like fixation on live streaming everything 24/7, no matter how boring it is. Because of Chip Chan. If anyone fucking knows Chip Chan, that's what got me started into streaming. A part of it was like I was bored and I was in my house all alone. So I dropped out of high school and I just streamed all the time. So I'd stay up all night and I'd be sleep deprived and I'd just be live streaming and then I'd sleep all day. And then it's like, you know, I went down the Chip Chan rabbit hole and that was kind of like, holy shit. And then that's what made me look into live streaming apps. And then I started live streaming. So that's crazy. But, yeah, sometimes I miss the 24/7, 7 days a week always live, and like it wasn't like that necessarily that aggressive, because obviously there'd be the odd time that I shut it down or it would crash because I was on like a shitty iPad or a shitty phone, but it would be like a minimum of 8 hours a day, if not longer. And sometimes it'd be divvied up into multiple streams, and then I'd have different things I did. Like, I'd beam people up, and we'd have Truth or Dare, or I'd do scary stories in my closet with a flashlight under my chin. But I have to work now, because I'm an adult. And I hate work. But, like, that's okay. I can just stream in all the free times that I don't have work. I mean, if you're going to be playing some games, you might as well try and benefit from it, right? Do you mean, like, with streaming and stuff? I mean, I just figure that it's nice, like, for one, for myself, it's kind of been cool to see my progression over the years. And then, two, I've never really viewed streaming as, like, I don't know how to word that. I know a lot of people streaming now, they view it as, like, a monetary thing. I've never really viewed it as that. I've kind of more so viewed it as a means for me to, like, connect with people. Because I really have struggled with talking to people. Like, I'm a lot better for it now, in general, with, like, my anxiety and everything. But it used to be bad. Like, I couldn't really leave my house. I didn't really leave my house. Because I'd have panic attacks all the time. And I'd fucking freak out and shit. But I'm a lot better now. And I can go on trips by myself to other places in the world. Which is kind of fucking cool that it's been a progression in, like, what, 3 years? Of me being able to, from like, okay, I can't leave my house, I'm a house hermit, to like, holy shit, I'm going to New York completely alone. But yeah, at the end of the day, I kind of just stream for the sake of like not feeling so alone in the world. But at the same time too, now that I've been like doing modeling and been trying to do modeling, I mean, I've said it before, when I could not stream. I suck at talking to people sometimes, but I play music. I front a band. Isn't that weird? It's like, you find your outlet and then you're like, holy shit. Because, like, I don't know how to word it, but, like, I find, too, that a lot of people that are bad at talking to people or whatever, sometimes it just takes, like, the right thing, right? Like, that doesn't necessarily mean that, like, it makes it easy for you to talk to people. Like, you say how, like, you front, like the front of the band and like stuff like that. It's like, if you find the right thing that like sparks you, you can just like, you can do things you're like, no, like, typically I can't do this, like, typically this isn't me. I wish I had my first streams saved, because I'm sure they were really like, what the fuck. I'm almost 100% convinced that my first stream was like, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know how this works or if this is working, but hi. I'm like 100% positive that's how it went, and then I was really awkward, and now I've gotten to the point where it just feels like I'm chatting to friends, although I never really shut up or stop chatting. I just kind of ramble like a motherfucker. Like, I really ramble like a motherfucker. Auctioneer in the making. When I come back, like when I came back from London, it was really awkward. I kind of like forgot how to stream a little bit, but I don't know. It definitely has helped me get out of my little... It's like, even when I was in Vancouver and stuff, I just live stream it, and it helped me with being able to go out and just do things. And that's why I really like Snapchat and vlogging on Snapchat, because it gets me to just do shit. Which, I will say, I do view Snapchat as a means to grow an audience, because I discovered over this past like year, almost 2 years of modeling now, that agencies and companies really give a fuck about your following count, which I've never really gave a hot damn about, but they do. I've worked like I've worked my butt off working on building opportunities and connections and investing in myself and going to modeling camps and taking courses and like making sure I have my best foot forward and really perfecting my shit, and I've realized none of it fucking matters compared to your follow count at this point. Like, it's honestly kind of depressing, because I've been trying to really like get good at honing that craft, and I think I've gotten really fucking good at it, but you kind of fall to the backside if you don't have an audience. So stream for me is a personalized thing. I talk about a lot of things that I would probably get in trouble for if I talked about it on other platforms. So this is my safety net. Should I treat it that way? Probably not, because it's the internet, but I don't give a fucking hot damn. Anyone gonna come for my streaming? Like, I've been warned before too in these camps, being like, be careful what you say out there, be careful what you like do like online at all. And I'm like, bro, I make my Instagram look professional. I just vlog random shit on my Snapchat, but stream, fair game for whatever. I don't give a fuck. I say the most fuck shit sometimes, and you guys know it, that if there was a client wanting to work with me and they found my stream, I'd probably, I might lose the fucking gig because of my streams. It's never that bad, but at the same time, too, people are just so, like, oh, you can't say anything wrong, oh, you can't speak up about, like, what you're actually thinking, or you're gonna get canceled, type shit, raw shit. Sort of my thought process on it, I did it as a way to chill and chat with peeps as a start after some rough stuff happened, but now I've made strong connections and worked with some fantastic people, got me to where I am today. Streaming can be life-changing, even if it feels like it may never add up to anything. You just never know. That is true. That is very true. I find for myself that, like, with streaming, it helped me to be able to be myself. But it's like this weird, it's like this weird thing though, because I'm myself when I'm on stream, and so if I'm streaming in the real world and doing like IRL vlogs, I'm myself on stream, but I'm not myself in like the real world. It's like, I don't know how to explain it, but it feels like I'm stuck in this weird space where real life Sequoia is not exactly the same as on stream Sequoia, but on stream Sequoia is more Sequoia than real life Sequoia. And if I'm going and doing stuff and I'm on stream and I'm like focusing on stream, then I'm myself. But the second that I like zoink back into like real world and doing real world stuff, even if I'm on stream, it's different. And I've been trying to figure out how to keep this Sequoia, which it's like fucked up, because like I look at myself when I stream. Maybe that's weird. Not everyone does that. I don't know. I have like my OBS up, right? I see chat. I see my face. I don't like close the screen down and just see chat. So it's like I see this alternate version of myself that's like the Sequoia I know that I used to be before I got scared of people type shit. Yeah, Twitch has some of the best communities for real. Raw shit. Yeah, raw shit. Nah, if anything, they'd respect it more, or should, lol, because it's human. It's a human connection. It's a human person being themselves, a real person. You're a representation or parallel of who you are, just IRL. It's just unfiltered and human. That is fair. That is a very fair take. It's your outlet. It is. I used to write. Now I just stream. I used to write stories, and I'd get, like, really good at writing stories when I was a little kid. And it'd always be scary, fucked up stories. But, like, now, streaming does the job. Do I rant and rave about stuff I maybe shouldn't? Yeah. But, like, it's fine. Exactly. It's human. Unfortunately, most content creators always wear a mask, so when someone shows themselves genuinely, it always attracts a higher quality viewers, because you can feel it in the vibe. It's consistent. Sometimes that even means a bigger audience, too. I will say that, like, I don't tend to consume that much content. Like, if I do, it's, like, random shit. You know, I don't really follow. Like, there's people, here's the thing. There's people I used to follow, especially on Snapchat, that I'd watch their stories all the time and be like, oh my gosh, what are they gonna do today? And then over time, it's kind of like how you said about like the consistent. I saw so many inconsistencies in the way that they would act, and then the content they'd post, and the way that they would behave, where I'm like, wait, shit isn't adding up though. What the fuck? To the point where I'm like, oh, you're actually not how you present yourself and you're kind of mean. Or, oh, you're not how you present yourself and you're kind of full of yourself. Like, what the fuck? There's these couple of girls that I followed. I don't know if they're from, like, Dubai or where they were from, but I followed them for a long time. And I liked their content for some reason. And then this one post fucking exposed it all to me. She filmed herself and her friend stealing, like, you know, when you go to the mall and there's like the little kid, like they're like animals or they're like scooters and you ride them around the mall. They literally stole them, like didn't pay for them, got on them and like, well, can we just test them? And the guy was like, no, you're too old, like you're too like big for the fucking thing. And they just got on them and started riding around in circles around the security guard, just asking them to stop, like children, and laughing and making fun of him. And I was like, holy fuck, are you a bunch of assholes? Like, holy shit, for the views. No, I know. And I was like, is this for real right now? Like, they presented themselves like these bougie, like high status, like super nice, like, you know, like whatever girls. And then all of a sudden they make a post like that. And I'm like, whoa, okay, that shows who you really are, because you're doing that for like fun and because you think it's funny, but you're just making someone's job like fucking ridiculous. Or there's this other girl I used to follow, and she ended up getting really drunk one night, posting a Snapchat vlog. Like, literally, most of the people on Snapchat, and I'm sure you guys have probably seen them if you've had Snapchat, and if I said their names, you know exactly who I'm talking about, because they're all considered pretty big. But all of them, especially on the Snapchat, they've like oopsied and exposed themselves in ways that I'm like, how the fuck do they still, like, that's fucked. Like, the one girl was really drunk and she tripped and fell and she knocked over an entire garbage bin onto the street and sidewalk, and she just got up and walked away. She didn't bother to try to pick it up or try to pick, like, you know, she just got up and walked away, and she's like, oh, haha, it's funny video, funny drunk me video. And the comments were all calling her out on it. And she's like, you guys are just a bunch of wussies, like, blah, blah, blah. And the other thing about her, too, is she'd always complain about something. Like, I'd watch, this would happen so much. The reason why I'd stop following a lot of people is they'd start getting boob jobs or they'd start getting nose jobs. And then they were never happy with it. Like, they'd be like, oh, I'm going to get this and this because it's self-love. And then they get it done and they're like, oh, maybe I like how I looked before. Or maybe I need to get this done as well. But, like, guys, it's self-love. Like, it's totally not like that. Like, I love myself. But, like, I kind of hate how I look right now. And I'm like, what the fuck? What is this shit? Because, like, they're all trying to promote body positivity because it was trending. But at the same time, too, they didn't fucking love themselves. And I'm like, this is sad and depressing. Like, I cannot watch this. Like, okay. No. I need to be so for real. Do you guys know the girl that, like, she was, like, small little Asian girl? She'd, like, literally, like, flat-chested. And she got famous for being completely, like, flat like a board. She got a boob job. Her whole thing was that it was self-love. Who cares if you have boobs? And then she started getting really famous. And then she got a motherfucking boob job. And everyone was like, I followed you because you were promoting body positivity to people that, like, were flat and shit like that. And she's like, guys, but I still love myself. Like, you can still love yourself for not having boobs, like, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, your whole thing that you built everything on, like, I just will never understand that. Like, it feels like you just lied to everyone this whole time until you accumulated enough money to be able to get that done. Because if you really felt the way that you felt, she's like, well, feelings change towards that and stuff. And it's like, holy fuck. She's the last person I ever expected, but it just felt like you were, like, completely lied to. Because it's like, it's one thing, right, to be like, over time, you know, your content starts to change, or you start to think about stuff, and you're open and you talk about it, but it's another thing to go from, no, this is what I'm promoting, to all of a sudden, boom. Complete switch up, because you feel fucking blindsided, and like, what the fuck, was I even consuming shit that was real? Most stuff isn't real now, though. Which is kind of sad. And also, this is the other thing I hate, too. Whenever I'm like, oh, I live stream, people are like, how many viewers do you have? How many followers do you have? How much money do you make? And I'm like, it's not about that for me. I have a very small audience, but I actually get to know my audience, and I hang out with them every day. And they're like, oh. Like, people be clout chasers out there, and people be like, oh my gosh, wait, oh my gosh, you do this thing, oh my gosh, are you, like, you have an audience? And the second you're like, no, they lose interest, and you're like, okay, you're not a real one. You're not a real one, I know that now. Emotional bond between streamer and trusted users. It's a bi-directional Parasocial relationship shaped by synchronous and asynchronous interactions, where the streamer acts as an emotional role model and the viewer shifts from passive consumer to active member of an identity-based community, forming a symbiotic emotional attachment sustained by narrative continuity, perceived authentically, and emotionally consistency over time. Some peeps let it get to their head. Aesthetic operations are just about filling an emotional void and deficiencies rooted in the need to please everyone, and when you try to be everyone's friend, you end up being your own enemy. Yo, you can't, that's the big, like, rule of thumb at the end of the day. You can't please everyone. You absolutely, like, oh my gosh, you cannot please everyone. You just need to stay true to, like, who you are and what you actually like and what you actually want to do. Like, I know there was a while in time where there was a certain point where I'm like, guys, stream doesn't feel the same anymore. And that's because I was just doing what everyone on stream wanted to do. You know what I mean? People would be like, oh, well, let's play this game and let's all, like, join the game together and, like, be like, yeah, okay, let's do that. Or, like, my streams were based around what everyone wanted to do in stream with, like, to a certain degree, like, I'm open to suggestions. I'm open to trying different things. But it wasn't me doing streams or things the way I liked doing streams. Like, it happened when I was doing Twitch streaming. I don't know if any of you guys, like, noticed it when it happened or, like, but, and then I was like, why does this shit feel so different? Versus now, it's like, if I just stick to doing streams how I actually like doing them and how I just, what's enjoyable for me, there'll be longevity in that because I'm not going to get tired of it. And at the same time, too, it's like not people-pleasing content. Like, I stream to a certain extent to kind of, like, this is sound fucking weird to avoid the people-pleasing. Like, that sounds kind of fucked up. But, like, I don't know. It's like, I just think back to, like, some of the stuff I was, like, doing. Like, you know, I'd go play Fortnite and I'd let everyone join Fortnite. And then people would be, like, kind of, like, bitching at each other to be like, no, I'm her best friend. I'm her best friend. And I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, this is not making me happy. This is making me just want to not stream at all right now. So I'm kind of happy where things are now and that I've, like, understood now where I need to be at in order for that not to happen. Which, like, okay, that sounds weird and fucked to say that, but, like, some of you probably know what period that was when I'm talking about that, because that was, like, no bueno at all. And then I had to keep blocking people, and people kept getting really mad at me for getting blocked, and I'm like, well, you're being a dick. Hey! Mister! I should probably go see what's up. I may end stream here. I know this wasn't a very long stream, but I may end stream here. I'll come back later, and I will play Callisto Protocol tonight once the sun sets. The sun is starting to set. It's going to be in, like, 20-30 minutes. The sun will be down. But I will go live later tonight, and we'll play Callisto Protocol because I'm really excited to check it out and see what it's like. But, I should go and say hi and hang out for a little bit. But I will talk to you guys soon. Happy Mirror Moyer Thursday. Thanks for joining me for today's ramble. But I will talk to you guys later. Happy Mirror, I already said that. Happy Mirror Moyer Saturday. Thanks, Putter My Pancakes, Hydra Da Fruity, Boredom's Wells, PDG. Also, Boredom's Wells, get some sleep. Get some sleep. Thank you. Okay, alright. I'll talk to you guys later.